Hello, welcome to Trazen's Vault, and today I will be looking at the new reveals for Warhammer the Horus Heresy. This is a game system I've been wanting to get into ever since I knew it existed, but, obviously I shied away because of the, high prices and the fact that everything was made from resin. But that's about to change. Maybe not the prices, but it's not going to be made of resin anymore, which is phenomenal. So let's really get into, just about everything. So right up the bat, we got the starter box Age of Darkness, which I'm probably not going to pick up. I know that eventually they're going to do the same thing they did with 40K and AOS, where you have the three sizes of starter boxes after the launch box, and I'm probably going to go for the mid-sized one. I think I'm not going to get this. It's way too expensive for my price range. Then of course we have like the materials you need to play. You got your reference sheets, your dice. I see they're bringing back the scatter dice, which I've never used before. So, interested to see how that goes. You got the templates, and then you've got the rule book, which is really thick. I mean, that it is so large. I kind of want it. For the Horus Heresy, I just might, but I mean, it's so big. It's definitely not going to be the first thing I get if it's not essential. I'm really hoping they have some kind of, like, the core rule book, like a little thing in the starter set, like they did with Age of Sigmar. So there's that. You got the army books, again, pretty big. I'll probably end up picking the trader one up eventually, because they're the ones I want to start armies of. Then we get to the tactical marines, which now come in boxes of 20. We got marks 3, 4, and 6, all very cool. Now, a lot of people, this is the thing right here. This is a big deal because instead of being able to buy like one box of 10, you have to buy 20. Now, it's going to be a lot easier to buy them in bulk because I think, this game, you want a lot of troops, and that's kind of essential that you need to have like that many in a box. But, people don't want to spend so much money on these troops, I think. But, it gets even, because of this, they've, so you look, after that, we've got the weapon upgrades. And this is where it all comes together, right? They have 4 different types of boxes you can choose from that come with weapon upgrades, which, like your special weapons and stuff. The heavy weapons. It's, this might turn some people off. They might think, well, I want to have all of the options. I don't want to have to buy a whole another box of weapons. Well, I think this is actually a pretty good idea. Now, hear me out. I think GW knows what they're doing with this. Obviously, if you take out the weapons, that is going to make getting the troops cheaper, which really helps when, if you consider past prices, these might have ended up being like $100. But, you can't buy a box of troops for $100. It's way too much. So I think it's nice to not have the weapons in there. And if there's a certain type of weapon you want, you can get a box of those specific weapons. And then this is I think really smart. I think this is where it's going. In Horus Heresy, you have support squads, which will just carry like one type of special weapon for all of the troops. If you buy one of these boxes, let's say like the one that comes with like the 6 different types of special weapons, you could create 6 different support squads, theoretically, if you bought like 3 boxes of troops. I mean, I don't know exactly how support squads work, but I don't know if they're allowed to have all those different weapons, but theoretically, that could be what happens. And if that is the case, that they still have as long as they still have the support squads, I think it's a pretty good idea. But yeah, that's what I got on the troops. That's a pretty big deal, I think, but we'll have to see. Then, of course, we got your tanks, Deimos Pattern Rhino. I mean, we've had rhinos before, but I'm not going to complain because this one is specifically for the Heresy, so that's pretty nice. Then you got the Kratos, which is pretty awesome that we're getting it in plastic. Again, it's not anything new, but I think it is definitely really awesome that we're getting that in that way. Just forgot about these 2 characters here for Space Wolves and Thousand Suns. Don't play either of them and don't intend on doing so, but I mean, this is the first time they've been released separately out of the Prospero Burns box, so if you play those factions, that's pretty cool. Then we look at Black Library stuff. We got your, Start Here anthology book, which I actually might pick up because, Horus Heresy, I would like to read a story from every legion, because I really do want to get, like, a good idea of what they're all like, because it's not like I can, I don't know everything about every legion. I like to focus on specific ones. Obviously, that's what most people do. And this book is going to have at least one story for every legion, as well as a story focusing on the Emperor of Mankind himself, which is pretty interesting. I really do want to check out this book. I think it will be pretty cool. Then you have the next book in the Primarch series, Dorn, which I'm probably not going to get. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Dorn, but I know plenty of people are, so... Yeah, of course they're holding off on Sanguinius. He's probably going to be the last one. I really hope that they release that sometime soon, because I would read that. It's probably my favorite Loyalist Primarch. But yeah, the last thing we got is Chthonia's Reckoning, which I think is... Yeah, I think it's... First of all, I love the cover art. And I gotta say, the box art for all the Horus Heresy stuff now is really cool. But back to Chthonia's Reckoning, I think... I mean, it's the launch book. I don't think there's anything huge about it. It's just another novel. But I guess it is a standalone novel. At least I'm hoping. You don't need to read, like, any of the other, like, 50 Horus Heresy books there are. But yeah, I really like the direction Games Workshop is going with this. I will be supporting the range in the future, though I really hope that the boxes are not super expensive, at least in terms of, like, the troops. Like, I do not know if I could pay $70 for a box of Tactical Marines. It's just too much. I really hope it's, like, 60, because I'm being reasonable here. That's like the cheapest it could possibly be. I couldn't imagine it being like the same price as I guess 65 might be more accurate, but in all honesty, I believe it's going to be 70. I really hope it isn't, but we'll find out. So that's my thoughts on all the new Horus Heresy reveals, which I think are awesome. And yeah, that's all for this video. See you guys in the next one. Goodbye.